I'm so excited to see you tonight.
First date, baby. First date, I can't wait. First date.
Hello and welcome to another episode of First Date. My guest today is a local comedian here in Austin that I met and love. He hosts the Dylan Sullivan show, and he also hosts the Smudge Hawks podcast.
Yes.
I haven't listened to that yet, but give it up for Dylan Sullivan.
Hey, everybody.
What do you talk about on the Smudge Hawks?
So Smudge Hawks is with my friend Patrick DePari and I. We're just kind of a couple loser comedians, and we banter about everything.
Have I met him?
Maybe. He's usually at the bar. If you're at the bar, he's usually there.
It's been a while since I've been to the bar.
Yeah, good thing.
Yeah. Well, so you just got back from New York.
Yeah, I just got back from New York.
What were you doing there?
We filmed a Don't Tell segment or a little special, so that'll be coming out in the next couple months. And yeah, just kind of perusing around the city.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now you're back in Austin for a while?
Yes, hopefully. I just moved into my first one bedroom. I haven't lived by myself for 8 years.
Wow.
I've had roommates, and now I got a one bedroom, so I'm really looking forward to that.
You might get a girlfriend.
Maybe.
Are you dating anybody?
No, I'm gay also. So hopefully, so hopefully for both our sakes, I don't get a girlfriend. That's the way things used to be.
Have you been gay all your life?
I think so. I just chose a couple years ago.
I didn't know if you just like woke up one day and you're like, I'm tired of the pussy.
Yeah, but not to my knowledge, but yeah, I think puberty
Yeah.
is when I kind of figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, have you been dating anybody in general?
I went on a date in New York, and that was kind of fun. But then,
Where did you go?
just around. We did a walk. And then
Isn't it cold there right now?
Yeah, it's cold as shit. It was not. I mean,
So it was a short walk?
It was a short walk. and then we got burgers and hung out at the hotel. It was fun.
That is cool.
We're going to start off with some appetizer questions.
What would you say are your biggest pet peeves in a relationship?
Well, I think my biggest pet peeves in general is when people are rude to service people, like
It seems
servers.
to be a common thing. I'm glad that people find that really annoying.
Yeah, I think it says a lot about a person if they don't treat people that they can treat shitty.
Yeah. When is the last time you went out with someone that was shitty to a waiter?
God, there was this one time, maybe a few months back, and he was just barking orders at the server, and it just really felt gross.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a
What did
second.
you do?
Well, I did nothing. I did nothing about it. But I mean, other than the fact of like not talking to them after that.
Yeah. I went out with a guy one time that whistled at a waiter and then snapped and did one of these.
Gross.
I never saw that guy again either.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. It's hard to be around people like that because you don't want to be associated.
No,
Like
you're like,
you're-
I'm not,
Yeah,
I
you're like,
didn't snap. Right.
Yeah, I don't like this guy.
Yeah, it's automatically gross, and it's not even something you can really bring up with them, because if they're doing that, it's like, how am I going to change you on this first date?
Yeah, there's no changing people like that.
No, I don't think so either.
I also don't like it when people don't say thank you when they receive things. I was somewhere the other day, and my boyfriend offered a glass of wine to one of a new guy that was like kind of at our table, and was like, would you like a glass of wine? And the guy was on his phone, and he looked up and he took the glass and he set it on the table and then like kept being on his phone. And I was like stunned.
He didn't say anything even after he
Nothing.
finished up the text?
No, didn't say thank you. Wasn't like, oh yes, please. Like he barely even looked up and just accepted it and set it down and then like continued forward. And I was like,
Yeah, well, that's the guy that doesn't get the second glass of wine.
I know. I was like, oh my God. And then he ended up getting a second and a third and a fourth.
And no thank yous
And
after
never, not one.
not saving up for the end of the night and then a big thank you hug.
Yeah. Thank you so much for all of the wine that you gave me.
Yeah.
No.
And wine's not cheap.
These were not cheap.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it was even more to my dismay. I was like, and then every time that he would get a glass, I would just hate him more and more. Yeah. And I'm just like, and I had to tell Mark, I'm like, stop giving this guy wine. And then I had to point it out. I'm like, did you even notice that he never said thank you?
Did he?
He didn't notice.
I would notice like the second that a thank you wasn't had.
Yeah, if you gave me something and I just took it and just set it down.
I would be at the end of the table just, just seething.
Right?
I'd be furious.
Yeah. Well, what are your biggest turn-ons?
Turn-ons, when people have their own lives. That's really cool to me.
Yeah.
Like, when people have their things going on. I've dated a couple people where like they don't have like friends or hobbies, and then you become the friend or the hobby and the only thing. And I think it's really important, if you want to have a happy relationship, to have your own lives apart from the relationship.
Yeah.
Creates a little mystique and intrigue, and like, oh, I'm going to do this thing. And it's really sexy when they're like, oh, well, I didn't want to hang out anyway because I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
I go, whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to be able to support people in relationships. And if someone doesn't have anything going on, it becomes all about you in a way where it's like you become tired of talking about yourself at a certain point. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it's fun. But there can be moments where you're like, God, I wish that we could just talk about you a little bit more.
Yeah, and it's a lot of pressure too, because then he's like, oh, I gotta be a person, and I gotta be this person's rock.
Yeah.
And then it makes you feel like a parent.
Yeah. What is your idea of a perfect date? Like a first date? Where do you like to go? What do you like to do?
I like a walk or something casual. Mm-hmm. And then probably food. Movies are a bad first date to me because you're silent and you're sitting next to this person you don't know. So it's like you don't know if they're, a murderer yet. So you have to like talk to them first before the movie happens. So I like a short walk and like coffee, really casual. Yeah. The first date is like kind of a handshake, really.
What are some good talking points on a first date?
Religion, politics. Perfect. Familial troubles. No, I think you're just trying to get like a sense, throwing opinions out there, seeing how they react to it. I guess someone's past is really indicative of who they are. Mm-hmm. So I'll I throw towards like, minute 20, 30, I do the, oh, how are things with your ex?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is a normal response there?
Well, it's tricky because you don't want them involved with their ex at all. Right. Because you have to have that cut off.
But aren't gay guys kind of promiscuous?
They are. Unfortunately, they're promiscuous and evil.
And you choose these people.
And I choose. I don't know why. No, I'd say so. So it's harder to find like someone who's trying to have a relationship in gay world because it's pretty promiscuous.
Where do you meet people?
It's usually apps.
Yeah.
Usually apps are like the biggest way to meet people. I think I have this like fantasy in my head of like meeting someone at the grocery store and stuff. But if you try to do a meet cute and it's just like, a metro straight guy, then that gets you into trouble.
Well, you don't come across as gay.
I know, that's my problem.
Like, I would never have guessed that you were gay.
People don't.
I've known you for a while now, and I always forget you're gay.
Yeah. I know. Well, it gets me into trouble because then I'll have to gay it up sometimes. Like if I like see a guy that I like and I know is gay, then I'll have to like, oh, hello, just to kind of send the message out there.
Is that your gay voice?
Yeah, I go, hello. And then I juggle. To really gay it up.
Oh Oh my God.
I also do the same thing with like women sometimes. Like whenever I feel like a woman is like threatened, I kind of want to send the message that I'm like, hey bitch, you know, like kind of thing. Because I don't want to, because I'm like a big dude and I think I can kind of be scary.
Oh my God, Dylan.
So I try to gay it up when I feel like a woman is like, you know, scared.
Oh, that's so funny. It must be hard to be yourself.
It is. It is. It's nearly impossible because you're pulled in so many different directions.
Yeah.
But then it's like I'm going to the gas station in Waco, Texas. You know, fucking like that. You know. So there's like a time and a place for gay, as I always say.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's go ahead and get into some main course questions.
What is the longest relationship you've ever had?
It's probably about 2.5, almost 3 years. I dated this guy. He's from like Spain and Mexico, and he was married, and it was like a whole thing.
To a guy or a girl?
He was married to a guy, but he needed a visa, so over the course of the relationship, he had to remain married to this guy that I didn't know, which was crazy.
Did you know about him?
Yes, I knew of him.
So it was a fake marriage.
Pretty much, yeah. But they owned like properties together, and they had a lot of like business that they had to.
I think you have to do that for a green card.
Yes, yeah. So he had to keep his green card. So that was obviously a talking point in our relationship. Was, hey, you're married, and
Did he come out and tell you that in the beginning?
Yes. Well, I think it was like date 5, probably.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you ever talk to his husband?
No, his husband hated that. His husband was in love with him, and as was I. So it was a lot of friction there.
Yeah, love triangle.
Yeah.
So was his husband in another country?
No, his husband was in Los Angeles at the time too, so he was close by.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did that end?
It became a lot.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it became a lot, and I just couldn't handle it. And also, he was older than I was at the time, and I think I was like a little overambitious when I was younger of wanting to settle down. And turns out I didn't want that. I didn't want to get married to someone who was already married. You know?
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I think that was probably what killed it.
Man, that's rough.
Yeah, but now we're not dating, so that's good.
Yeah, that is good.
He can do his thing, and I can do my thing.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't sound like it ended in flames.
It did. He's
okay.
He's very Spanish, so there was a lot of passion there. I remember his mom sent me this message because we went and visited his family in Spain and saw his mom, and she was so nice. But then like there's so much passion there that when we broke up, I got this Facebook message that was like, "Dylan, you're exactly who I always thought you would be, you piece of shit," and it was like going on for a lot of passion there. Yeah.
Wow. So you broke up with him and his mom.
Yeah, his mom mainly. She was the one I was really going for. But yeah, it was not an easy breakup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like to drink alcohol?
I love alcohol.
What's your favorite drink?
Well, right now I'm supposed to be making healthier choices, so I do vodka soda.
I love how healthier choices is still drinking.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, usually I do like a spiked milkshake, but
What do you put in a spiked milkshake?
it's just a milkshake with alcohol.
You know what my favorite drink back in my day when I could drink alcohol? What I would love to drink was coffee and Baileys. Oh my goodness,
What a
on the
great
weekend.
Yeah.
That was like my starter.
Because it keeps you up
Yeah.
and you got the energy
It
behind
was like an espresso martini, but it was warm.
Wow.
Oh, man. When I started this podcast, it felt really intimidating. Setup, filming schedule, logos. It was super overwhelming. And every day seemed to introduce a new decision that needed an answer. When you're starting off with something new, it seems like your to-do list keeps growing every day with new tasks. And that list can easily begin to overrun your life. Finding the right tool that not only helps you out, but simplifies everything can be such a game changer. For millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. Shopify has a ton of helpful tools like design templates, AI content creation, marketing, and inventory resources. Turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/date. Go to shopify.com/date. Shopify.com/date.
When you have the baby, are you going to go back to...
I don't think so.
Why?
I'm a bad drunk.
How so? What's the...
Oh, where do I begin? I'm mean.
Okay. Yeah.
And it causes problems in my relationship. And I have a really great relationship right now. And I think part of it's because I'm sober. Mm-hmm. And I can actually see how much more fun I have in my relationship. Even as a pregnant person with my hormones fucking raging. Yeah. Yeah. I'm having way more fun, and I'm doing better.
That's great. This was kind of the perfect thing then, because then you got 9 months of sobriety to ease you into a more sober life.
Yeah, and I don't miss alcohol. I miss the coffee and the Baileys because like that was such a nice morning, but I can't just...
You were doing these in the morning,
Of
Lauren?
course, a coffee Baileys on Saturday morning. That's,
that's
like
cool.
where I would start.
That's a great time.
And then I would want to go get day drunk. I'd go to Rosie's. I'd have Prosecco. And it would all start out so fun. I was like cute, wanted charcuterie boards.
So what's the point where it turns for you?
When the sun goes down. Yeah. You know, and then I'd want to like go to a nightclub and do stand up. And I'd want to like, and then I'd be getting in my head about material that I was going to do. And I would like sort of like reel in, and I would use my partner as material.
Uh-oh.
And so I would start like accumulating fun, contrasting jokes, and I would start shooting them at him and just like making sure he was cool with them, which he never ever was.
They were really like deep cuts and actually personal.
Yeah, which were awesome content.
Yeah.
But that didn't go over super well.
I'm a super happy drunk. So I get drunk and I get
jealous.
No, because that's then becomes the problem. I'm social and outgoing, and then when I'm not, I'm a weirdo. So it's like I got to figure out how to do this sober before I get to being. If I would have drank 5 drinks before this, you would have been like, wow, look at Dylan.
I feel like we should do another one.
Yeah. They're going to like that episode a lot more.
What makes you different?
I don't care about anything.
Same.
I don't care about
But you sound happy.
I've been doing the meditating thing because I got to figure out something. You know?
Yeah.
And so I just try to clear my head before things. Anxiety is a motherfucker. It really is.
Yeah.
To who you are as a person.
Right.
So now if I can't do it with booze, I have to figure out other ways. I'm still going to drink a lot, but you know.
That's clear.
Yeah.
Not an option to quit.
No, it really
And you
isn't.
can't get pregnant, which was my only way of doing it.
Yet.
True. Things could change.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. The pregnancy was a blessing then.
Yeah, for sure. It took me getting pregnant to get sober.
I quit smoking by getting COVID really bad.
Really?
Yeah. I got it really bad, but I still needed the nicotine, so I switched over to pouches, and then I just stayed on the pouches.
Like Zins? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've tried a Zin before.
What do you think? I
like it better than a cigarette.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know, like having something in my lip felt very masculine.
Yeah.
And so like I can't just like drive around and like pop one in my mouth and be like, ugh, what's up, dudes?
You should think about it. It's pretty good. You could be Zen mom.
I could. I'm good now though. Like I don't feel like I need anything other than like extra coffee.
Yeah. Well then what are your vices? A coffee and...
I'm trying to think. I mean, it's hard to have a vice when you're pregnant because you can't have anything.
Right.
Like
I heard you can't have deli meat.
You're not supposed to have deli meat that's cold. They say if you pop it in the microwave for 10 minutes, you kill all the bacteria and it's fine.
Oh, well, that's just gross then. You got warm
You're not
sliced turkey.
supposed to, but these are those are like things literally from the 1950s, and then they haven't done new research or updated it. So now when you go in and you're pregnant, they tell you all this stuff that happened from the like listeria and all, like literally from so long ago, and none of that stuff has been updated.
Yeah, they still got like witch protocol and shit.
Yeah.
That's weird because people are still getting pregnant. You'd think people would look into that shit.
Yeah. Well, if you do enough research and you read enough books on things, you find out that a lot of that stuff is like old
stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, there's stuff to look out for. You shouldn't have tuna because of the high mercury, or mackerel, or swordfish, or shark. But I don't know who's eating shark.
Yeah.
Like, in what world
You got to cut back.
am I like, damn, no more shark for me.
Yeah. Guess I'm getting an abortion.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. Yeah. Or you're just gonna have a retarded kid.
Yeah. Those are the options.
You know?
Yeah.
Just throw yourself down a flight of stairs. Let me see. Let me see if I have any questions in here for you. Oh, okay. So since you're gay.
Sure.
And since men are promiscuous in gay relationships, how do you feel about open relationships?
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do it. I think I'm too jealous of a guy to get into that.
Yeah.
I think it's great when people are able to do it, but I'm way too jealous. My ideal is like I have someone I really like, and then we do like threesomes that are fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you conduct that though? Like no texting afterwards. You know what I mean? Like how do you have how do you find someone to have a threesome?
I think it's like you just get into a monogamous relationship, and then at a certain point you go, "Hey, what are we doing?"
God, what a straight guy would give to look into his girlfriend's eyes and say it like that.
Hey, come on.
If my boyfriend was like, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
We need a third person in here.
No, I mean, y'all do that like 5 years from now.
Okay.
Yeah. You get the babysitter, you go out and you have a fun night on the town. Call it a business trip, whatever. You know?
And then what happens if that person, I'm going to tell you a story.
Hit me.
So I know a guy that's worth millions, hundreds of millions. Okay.
Single?
Yes.
Okay.
Has 4 kids and was married to this really beautiful woman, and they were swingers.
Wow.
And they swung with one of their next door neighbors who was a billionaire.
Wow.
Probably the only guy that had more money than him that he knew.
They were swinging up.
And she swung towards that guy.
Oh, devastating.
All the way. So they were having these like swinging parties or whatever.
Yeah.
And that guy, I think he was married and had a wife, but she didn't like the guy that had hundreds of millions. She liked,
because he was poor.
She liked the guy that was her husband.
Right.
But he liked this other guy's wife too. And so he left his wife and took the other guy's wife that I know. And they're still together to this day, and it's been years. And
wow.
And so she swung completely out of that relationship. So swinging scares the shit out of me since I know of that story.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn.
So I guess if you end up swinging, always get someone who is poor.
Yeah, swing higher.
Yeah. You swing low, and so they can't swing high.
Right. Because if you get someone that's better than you.
Yeah. You got to look for gutter rats.
Yeah.
And that way it's like, go ahead. Go ahead and enjoy fast food lifestyles. I think that's That would
be hard to do though, I think that would be really hard for me swinging with someone.
What do you think it is about it? Like seeing
Well, I think in theory, it always sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Like I would be open to the idea of it, but the minute that like the guy that I'm with starts like looking at other girls and he's like, I'd fuck this girl.
Yeah.
I'd fuck this one. What about that girl? And I would realize how much he was looking at other women, and it would make me feel inferior or that I like wasn't enough.
Right.
And then having that person come over, I don't know. I feel like this is when lighting candles would go from romantic to like, I'm just setting up a murder scene.
Yeah. yeah.
Like, this is just how I kill both of you.
But let me present this to you. It's like, what if you're the one that's like, hey, do you think that guy's... You get 2 guys.
I've asked.
Yeah? How'd that go?
In a theoretical situation, I asked my boyfriend, I was like, so would you be open to a threesome? And he was like, you know, at first he was like, no, and all this stuff. And then I was like, well, what if
Yeah.
I chose another guy?
Right.
That conversation ended right then and there. There was like, no,
Then it got serious.
Yeah. Then he was like,
Yeah.
no, that is not how this is going to go down. And I was like, okay, well, I was just curious if we could go that way. And he was like, no.
Ah, damn.
Yeah. So shut that down really quick. So I don't think it works that way.
Yeah. You know,
I don't know.
I don't know. Still time to figure it out.
Have you ever had a threesome?
Yeah. It was awesome.
Have you had one or more?
1.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you find this third person?
They were friends with my friend, and they were a couple. And then so I went over there, and it was very bro-y. Like we played like Super Smash Brothers. Like we were playing video games the whole time, and then the loser of the video game had to like blow the other one. It was really like a dream come true.
And then you guys like ordered fast food or food afterwards?
We chilled. We got a couple beers. It was so fun.
Wow.
It was a blast.
Why
Yeah.
didn't you do it again?
I moved.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like that was like a highlight then.
It
Something
was.
to remember.
Yeah, you can't have too good of a time.
Yeah.
The universe was like, you got to move out of here. This is too sweet.
What What kind of guys are you into?
This sounds like bad, but like I usually tend to date more masculine guys. I don't know what that means, but
Like bodybuilders?
yeah, like they gotta be strong enough to like handle this much weight. Like, I don't want to kill a guy, you know. So no, usually like more masculine. People say that's like internalized homophobia if you don't like date someone who's flamboyant, but I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like a lot of guys at the gym are gay.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Undercover gay guys at the gym.
yes, and they all use the sauna at the Gold's Gym. It's like a
You're the second person to call out Gold's Gym for gay guys.
yeah. It's
I
a
guess
big
that's where a
spot
lot of
there.
them go. And the sauna seems to be a real hot spot for ejaculations.
Which I don't necessarily get. Too wet.
Yeah, it's a little too steamy for me.
Well, also it's like, aren't you worried about like there's like probably 500 members at that gym.
Ew.
Someone's gonna walk in at some point.
And catch you.
Yeah.
But did they care?
It doesn't seem like it seems like getting blown at the gym is too like integral to their business to to stop doing it. So Gold's Gym kind of like turns a blind eye. I think.
I think so. I think that they are very well aware of what goes on in their saunas.
Yeah.
And they just decide not to clean them until the end of the night.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Yikes. Whoever's going in there.
The cum intern.
Yeah,
Gotta-
seriously. That's for
Everyone had to do it.
it's like hazing the new
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
If he can last or not. It's been one of my favorite. I go to this gym. It's not Gold's Gym, but anytime that someone at the gym has been commenting on how big my belly is, I've been just asking them if they're gay.
That's a great one. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm having triplets. are you gay? And
What do they say?
they're like, oh, no. Like, they're like all offended. And I'm like, don't get offended. I didn't get offended that you called me fat.
Yeah,
It's a solid question.
I'm just asking.
You didn't know if I was having twins, and I didn't know if you suck dick.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
There you go.
Yeah, that's been one of my
Do you get
favorite
a lot
comments.
of inappropriate questions now that you're pregnant?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, mostly just it's how people treat me. Like around like people will go to give me hugs and they'll go like this, like they'll pretend that like I'm so big that they don't want to like belly bump me.
What if because I've done that. I have a pregnant friend, and my thought process is it's not that her stomach is huge. It's like I don't want to kill the baby.
Yeah.
So that's why I do the,
You're not going to kill a baby though.
hopefully not.
You're not going to kill a baby. But that's like one thing that people do. Everybody that has seen me is like made a comment on how big my belly is. And I'm just like, I have no torso. I have 3-inch torso. It's like this big. That's all I've got. I've got this right here and that's it. So the baby has nowhere to go.
Right.
Out. And
Right.
I'm also at the end of this. There's like 1 week left for me.
Oh my gosh.
So this is 9 months. This is a fully pregnant person.
Are you doing? I know this is going to be way inappropriate, but are you doing through the vagina or are you doing through the
I'm going to do it through my vagina.
Wow.
Yeah. I know. Isn't that crazy?
It's nuts.
It's bananas. I'm just going to blow it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It's going to be disintegrated.
Oh God.
I know, but that's the truth of it.
Yeah.
And then my boyfriend wants to catch it,
Yeah. Oh, really?
which is going to ruin our sex life.
Okay. So is this like a at-home birth bath thing?
Yeah.
Wow. So no epidural.
No.
Oh.
I know.
Lauren.
I know. You want to come?
Yes, please. Is there there's no like button you can press that'd be like, I changed my mind about the epidural. You guys have a wet nurse.
There is a button that I can press. There's a safe word,
Okay.
and it's epidural.
And it's epidural. To the point. That's good.
Yeah. So there is a point so you have like this birth plan, right?
Right.
And it's like, this is what I expect and where I'm at and what I really want. But if all of that fails, then this is what we do.
You got the fail-safe plan.
There's a fail-safe plan.
So what
There's
do
a
they
plan
do
B.
What do they do if you...
So if I say epidural, like I can't do this epidural,
Yeah.
then they will measure how much I've dilated.
Wow.
If you've dilated more than, I think, 7 or 8 centimeters, you can't have an epidural. It's like too late.
And who checks that? Is that some guy?
It's my midwife.
about
They have like
eyeballing
a thing that measures and
Oh,
it sees
wow.
how much you've dilated.
Wow.
And so usually when people say they need an epidural, they're very, very close to that thing.
Yeah.
So the odds of me getting to a hospital in time and getting into a room to receive the epidural are very, very low.
Wow.
Because I would already be past the point of receiving it.
Wow.
So I don't foresee the epidural being part of my
But epidural
journey.
is the safe word.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's also my safe word. That's enough. Epidural.
Yeah. Epidural. But yeah, no, I don't think that we'll be doing that.
Wow. Okay. That's exciting.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Please do.
I will.
Shoot me a text.
It'll be a fun story.
Great.
Any other questions for me before I ask you about how you feel about guys who are into astrology?
Yes. I got one question for you. Do you not like being asked questions about your pregnancy?
I don't mind it at all.
Okay.
Do you have another question?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. The vagina is like, what are your thoughts about post-vagina pregnancy?
Well, apparently it goes right back to how it was.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. I would expect, like a balloon, Well, this is like more like your uterus, but you blow it up, and then when you deflate the balloon, it's like similar to how it was,
Right.
but it's like a little looser.
Yeah.
I would assume
Yeah.
that that's probably how my vagina is going to be for a while.
Right. And if not, Kegels.
Yeah. You just,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
the little the little Pilates ball in between my knees for like a long time.
Yeah, but it's worth it, right?
Yeah. But there's also this plastic surgeon that I know that works solely on women's vaginas after birth.
Wow.
And there's all these little tools that he has that can shrink your vagina back down. He has this one
Yeah.
that looks like a giant dildo. And it's like long and skinny, but when they put it in, it has this like, what is it called? Like a microwave pulse. I know it's not microwave is not the word I'm looking for. It's this like
shocking.
it's kind of like a radioactive thing, but it warms up and it pulses and it brings your vagina back together.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a tool that he has.
So it kind of shocks your vagina back.
It sort of like brings it back in together, but I think you have to wait like a year to do that.
Okay. Either that's true or this guy's a creep.
I guess we'll find out in a year.
Yeah, that's cool though.
Yeah. So there's things that you can do.
Cool.
There's like vagina surgery stuff.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Anything else?
No, I think that's. Is there anything you want me to ask?
No, I just didn't. I just want to make sure that you have all your vagina questions answered.
I have so many, but yes,
Those are it for now.
Yes, I think
if anything else comes to mind, let me know.
Okay, perfect.
So how do you feel about guys that are into astrology? Is that too gay?
A little, but I go along with it. You know,
Depending on how hot they are.
yeah, well, yeah. I want them to like me. I might think it's nonsense, but if someone's like, I really think you're such a Aries moon, I'm like, aren't I? So no, I don't know if I buy it, but I am definitely down to lie, and if it makes them feel good, I don't want to make them feel shitty that they like that thing.
Yeah. Most of those guys are probably into yoga and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which to me kind of screams,
Homo.
you're gay.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is ironically what I'm looking for.
Yeah. But you like masculine guys.
That's true. Yeah.
So you would lean that way. Do you have a celebrity crush?
Tom Hardy.
I recently found out he was bi. Oh, he's not bi?
No, not bi. I checked.
Oh, damn. I got
Tanner in the
lied to.
booth.
You know,
I heard that one too. I heard he was bi and stuff. but
Yeah.
I don't know if it's in season right now. Some people like say they're bi. I think like in the beginning, all those like the hot guy actors nowadays, they go, "Oh yeah, I'm bi," and I was like, "No, you're not." But you just wanted my vote,
Yeah.
and you got it. And you got it.
So do you have, besides Tom Hardy, do you have a crush that is either bi or gay that's famous?
I don't really know many of the gay bi ones. Usually it's like straight guys.
That you like gravitate to?
Yeah, but who knows who's in the closet these days,
Yeah.
So
Do you find that people who are kind of in the closet come out do they come out easier to gay guys? I mean, I guess they do. That's kind of a silly question, I guess.
well, like I dated a guy who was in the closet, and it was like pretty rough. It's rough when they stay in the closet. And
How
then
did you come out?
I came out? I graduated high school a semester early, and that's when I came out, because I was like, if everyone hates this shit, then I'm not gonna be there for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I graduated a semester early, came out, and I was all like, I was playing football and popular XYZ, and then so I was just like, I don't want to deal with this. So, but then people were mostly cool. There's a handful that didn't like it, but whatever.
I was gonna say, was anyone surprised?
Yeah, I think most people were surprised, and so yeah, that took people for a loop. You can play football
And be gay?
and be gay.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's talent.
I think. Yeah, it was all right. It was all right.
What's your favorite quality in a guy that you're dating?
I think sense of humor and kindness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you cook?
Some things I'm really good at.
Like what?
I can bake a really good chocolate cake, and I'm good at burgers.
Like smash burgers?
Yeah, smash burgers.
Dude, I've been on my smash burger game lately.
Isn't it great? Fuck. You ever? I just got one of those big metal things that you can press them down.
Yes.
And I got a metal skillet pan. I've been killing it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
See, this is why gay guys are girls' best friends.
Let's have burgers sometime,
Let's
Lauren.
have freaking burgers. I would love that. Which burger joint makes the best burger? I will judge you so hard on this.
God, that's tough. Okay, you're not going to like this answer, but for fast food, I'm still In-N-Out loyalty.
More than Shake Shack?
Shake Shack's very good.
You like In-N-Out more than Shake Shack?
Yeah, I'd say so. I know. Well, it was that, and then also...
This is your first red flag.
Damn. Well, Shake Shack, it's something about they don't really like toast the bun enough for me.
No, because it melts in your mouth.
I like a little
little
crunch.
toast?
Yeah, I like a little toast, actually.
Okay.
But I think Shake Shack's very good. I like their cheese fries a lot. If I could have In-N-Out burger with Shake Shack cheese fries, that would be a dream.
I also really like Whataburger.
Yeah. I love a shit face. I just moved next to, a Whataburger, and I think it's going to be really bad for me.
I feel like they nail it with the mustard.
Yeah. A lot of places don't do the mustard on the burger.
Yeah.
But it's a very nice touch.
It's such a good touch.
Yeah.
Mustard, pickles, and the lettuce on a burger.
Ooh. I don't do pickles.
You don't like pickles?
I don't like I like pickles on the side, but I don't do pickles on the burger.
Mm.
I feel like that's my problem with Chick-fil-A. It's not like their stances. It's like whenever you get a pickle that you weren't expecting, it kind of like stains the bun with pickle juice, and then that gets me all crazy.
Yeah, I don't like when it stains anything.
Yeah. Gotta get a dry pickle on there.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you on that. I've been on my burger game lately.
Hell yeah. What do you recommend?
I also like Not a Damn Chance
Great.
here in Austin.
Yeah.
That's like a really good one. But they don't modify their burgers for you at all. And I'm not a big onion girl.
Yeah.
And I've asked to like not have onions on my burger.
And they got offended?
Yeah. Like, I'm like, okay, calm
I get
down.
this is amazing.
Yeah. I just don't like onions. You know, I'm like, I understand your stance.
Yeah. Right.
But I have money that I want to give you.
Right.
And you have a product that I'd really like to have.
Right.
So if we could meet in the middle here.
And just take the onions off. That's not even asking a lot.
It's really not.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best? I'm like on a food thing right now. What do you think? Maybe I'm just pregnant. What do you think is the best pizza in Austin?
Ooh, my favorite is actually Pint House Brewery's pizza.
I don't even know what that is. I will have to write that down.
I randomly found it from doing like a show there, and they have amazing pizza.
Is it thin crust or thick crust?
It's deep dish, or is that what you call it? Detroit style?
Yeah.
And it's incredible.
Have you been to Via 313?
I love Via 313 too, and I think Pint House just beats it. But I know that's a controversial take, but I like Pint House a little bit more.
And you guys seem to agree.
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
Okay, well then I
Try
guess
it.
I know what I'm having for dinner.
Yeah, it's great.
I have had more pizza since I've been pregnant than any other food, than ever in my life.
And you're a Via 313 guy?
I've been a Via 313 person.
It's fantastic.
When I first had Via 313, I didn't like it at all because I'm like more of the like thin crust with the thick doughy thing on the end
Yeah.
around it.
I know what you mean.
That's always been like my go-to.
Yeah.
So when I had Via 313, I was like, oh no, it's like thick crust. But then I got into it when I was drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
All it takes is a few drinks
Yeah.
to really appreciate the crust on the outside of a thick crust pizza.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
You get all the burnt cheese on it.
So
the
I
edges.
came
Fantastic.
around. I came around.
I'm hard.
I was like, I thought you meant that like complicated at first. And I was like, no, you're not.
No. I don't get accused of that.
Man, I really don't talk about food all that much, but yeah, it's great to know like where we are on
This
burgers
might be
and
our
pizza.
bonding moment.
I know.
When you're
Seriously.
pregnant,
I'm never
we
gonna
can
forget you're
talk.
gay again.
Please do.
Well, so far your only red flag has just been In and Out.
That's fair. Everyone's got their burger opinion.
Yeah.
We'll try to not make it political.
Okay. Well, where can people find you?
I got an Instagram, if you can believe it, and then I am on YouTube at the Dylan Sullivan Show, and then I got that podcast with my best friend Patrick Tapari, Smudge Hawks, also on YouTube.
What is your Instagram handle?
It's Dylan Ray Sull, DylanRaySull. I need to change it, but
I like it.
cool.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
Well, thank you for coming on my show.
Hey, thanks for having me, Laura. That was so fun.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
First date, baby.
Are you really drinking a glass of milk with dinner?
First date, I can't wait.
You told your mom about me?